So whether you're a beginner who's ready to find and post your very first product on Amazon.com, or you're a seasoned Amazon seller who makes, 5, 6, 7, even 8 figures yearly, there are two major reasons why you would want to use a tool such as Helium 10 or Jungle Scouts. So in this video, I'm going to show you the pros and the cons of each tool, and specifically how you can get the most out of using Helium 10 or Jungle Scouts, no matter what you choose. Now, the first reason why these tools are incredible is because they allow us to find a product that does not have a ton of competition or saturation in a specific niche. And after we find a product, we can find keywords to allow our product that we want to sell to pop up in front of customers, so that when they search for different keywords, our product shows in front of them and they can choose to buy our product. These tools drastically reduce the time it takes to find keywords and products, which is going to be very, very beneficial. Time is money nowadays. All of us, myself included, do not have the best time management, but when it comes to doing product research and when I put time towards doing Amazon research, finding products and keywords, I want to get the most out of my time. Using tools such as Jungle Scouts or Helium 10, we could have easily saved tens of hours every single week and had a much smoother time doing product research in the first place, and had those hours that we could have put towards other parts in the FBA business model or just other income boosting tasks in general. So right now, I'm going to show you how to get the most out of either tool, and specifically the pros and cons of each tool, and ultimately my final pick at the end. If you're interested in the top cutting edge Amazon tips and selling tutorials, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below, because I release multiple videos every single week for you guys. Also, at any point, if you want to try out Jungle Scouts or Helium 10, I have discount codes that save you 50% off your very first month down below in the description. And with all that being said, let's get into Helium 10 versus Jungle Scouts. For both Helium 10 and Jungle Scouts, they both include very useful Google Chrome extension tools that basically allow us to look at products on Amazon and get very quick data that's very accurate, that can give us a good indication whether or not we want to go into that market. And so for product research, what I highly recommend as a beginner is just to start with something that is familiar to you. Like for me specifically, for this example, we'll do basketball accessories. And that is specifically because I have played basketball in the past, and it is something that I'm actually passionate about doing. And so for you, it might be something different. And so for any search term we put into Amazon.com, we can see all the different products. For example, basketball accessories, you have basketball sneaker balls, basketball water bottles, whatever it is. We can see all the products, as well as if we click on the Xray extension for Helium 10, we can see the specific revenue that they are generating, the different number of sales they're getting, the number of reviews, X, Y, and Z. We can see it using the tool Helium 10. Now, this is very, very powerful and can greatly speed up the product research process, because we can manually go in and find this information, but a lot of it's going to be a guess. So specifically the revenue, there's no way we could actually figure out the specific amount they make. And so these tools make this job a lot easier. Now, with the tool, we see the different product, the ASIN, the brand name, the price that they're selling the item for, number of sales, what their sales history graph is looking like. Sometimes they were lower, sometimes they were higher, and their sales velocity, the revenue, which is the most important relative to the review count. Now, these two numbers are going to give you a good indication on whether or not the specific product category that you're trying to go into is going to be too saturated, or whether or not there's room to compete. If you see multiple tens of thousands, like we have 12,000, 18,000, 6,000, 2,000, majority of the top players have multiple thousands. That's going to be a category that you're going to want to stay away from, because once again, that's going to be very hard to compete against people who have been there for multiple years, who have multiple thousands of reviews. Now, this is basically what the Xray extension shows us, and it makes it a very, very good snapshot of the marketplace, and gives us a very good idea whether or not we should go into this category or not. Additional things it shows are the search volume, which tells you exactly how many monthly searchers are searching for the keyword basketball accessories, the total revenue, the average revenue for a product, and the average price that people are pricing these basketball accessories at. And so opening up the Jungle Scout extension, it's very similar data. We have the product, we have the brand name, the price, monthly sales, which is actually different than Helium 10. Helium 10 doesn't offer the monthly sales, but Jungle Scouts does. The daily sales, the monthly revenue, the date first available, what you're probably going to make in your net profit, and the number of reviews, as well as a bunch of other stuff such as FBA fees, the rank, the category, so on and so forth. But once again, the main things that you're going to be looking at are going to be the rating number, or the number of reviews they have relative to how much money they're making. So if there's a ton of people who have multiple thousands, as you see here, They have the results slightly skewed a little bit, but it's the same exact results, just in a slightly different order. But we have the number of reviews, and there's multiple people who have tens and thousands of reviews. So once again, it's going to be a category that we want to stay away from. But essentially, we want to look at the review number of ratings relative to how much money they're making. And so if we come back to the search page where we have the basketball accessory results popping up, we can physically also see what Helium 10 provides, which is going to be the ASIN, the category, and the position in that category. They're number one in inflatable devices and accessories, and there's 2 sellers for this specific product. And so if we scroll down, we can also see that Jungle Scouts offers very similar data, but they also include the number of monthly sales and the revenue, as well as the net profit and the fees you're expected to pay for that item. Now, once again, we can easily find this data out for Helium 10 by just clicking on the Xray Chrome extension, but once again, Jungle Scouts makes it slightly a bit more convenient for the user. So coming onto helium10.com and junglescouts.com, we can actually access their built-in product research tools that allow us to put criteria in to find low competition products that don't have a ton of sellers, that we can actually find a product to launch and actually be able to compete and not have tens of thousands of reviews, sellers that we're competing against. Now, this is where we can save a lot of time, because we can go from thinking of ideas in our head, searching them in Amazon, and finding tons of sellers who we don't want to compete against, or we can just put criteria into it and find low competition products from the jump. Now, I'm going to show you each of these tools side by side. So if we come to tools and we head to Black Box, this is going to be the Amazon product research for Helium 10. Now with Black Box, we have the product method, which I don't particularly like, but I will just quickly show you guys what it is. If we just hit search, don't put any criteria in, it's going to give us any product. And so with these products, they're going to be very specific. Now what I like to do is, once again, you can probably find a product this way, but what I have found more success with is using the keyword method, where we are going to be looking at keywords where we can find products that's selling under that keyword. Now this is very, very important. And once I started using this, is where I found a lot more useful products, because once again, they're a little more broad and you can find a lot more products selling under. So whether using Black Box for Helium 10 or the Opportunity Finder for Jungle Scouts, you need to enter criteria into it and be specific so that you have specific products popping up, not just random products that you're not interested in. Now for this example, we'll do a search volume of at least 1,000 searches per month. We'll do a monthly revenue of at least, let's say, 10,000 per month. And we will do a price point of 25 to 75 bucks. Review count 200 reviews as a max, so that there's not a ton of big guys selling. And for that, we'll just hit search. Now with this criteria, once again, I did decent monthly searches so that people are actually searching for the product. A monthly revenue of 10,000 a month, so that you have a healthy profit margin of around 33%. So you're making at least $3,300 per month in profit. Now the price point of 25 to 75 bucks a month is going to be, once again, allowing you to have healthy margins. Anything below 25, the product's going to be very cheap and it's going to be very hard to manufacture it to where you have profit margins of at least 30%. So the higher up you go, the more expensive it's going to be manufactured, but once again, the more profit you're going to be getting per unit. Now if we hit search, we're going to have a ton of keywords. Now with this, once again, we have anywhere from so we have the keyword phrase, the category, so on and so forth, the search volume, the monthly price, the monthly sales, monthly revenue, bestsellers rank, and how many reviews they have. Now let's say that, for example, we went through the searches, went through a couple pages, and we came past, and for example, for every page, you probably will find a product or 2 or 3, but essentially what you're looking out for are products that look interesting to you. Now, for example, we'll just do the whiskey smoker kit. And now if you want to open it and view it on Amazon, we click the 3 arrows and click view on Amazon. And now we have this product category. Now for Jungle Scouts, for example's sake, let's see how this one looks. So if we come down to the product research and we click on the Opportunity Finder, this is where we can actually find the product keywords that, once again, are going to allow us to find products underneath them. Now, for example's sake, I've already filled this in. We have 300 monthly sales. They have the search volume of at least 1,000 searches per month for this. They don't have the actual revenue. They just have monthly sales, as you see here. So 300 monthly sales was more or less, going to be, depending on the price of the item, but somewhere around that $10,000 mark. Now the niche score, we're not going to enter that in. That just tells you, how much competitiveness there is. The average monthly price for this, we want to have anywhere from 25 to 75 bucks. We'll keep it the same. And the search volume trend, we're going to leave that alone. Now, in terms of competition, you can actually select, go higher or lower. So we have from very low to high competition. So we'll just go from very low to medium competition. And seasonality, we don't want super seasonal products, so we'll do the exact same thing. And once we hit search, we're going to have a ton of results popping up. Now, once again, these are keywords that you can sell products underneath. So once you see a keyword that looks interesting to you, you want to basically click on this little Amazon icon. And so we have the keyword right here, the category, the average monthly unit sold, monthly price, monthly search volume, so on and so forth. And it shows you how competitive the actual keyword that you're looking at is, as well as a niche score. Now, the higher the score is, it's going to be the better for you. But once again, you want to base it on the number of searches per month and the average monthly units sold, as well as how many competitors are selling that item. Now, let's say, for example, we have an item that we want to sell, such as the Dragon Squish model toy. This is going to be probably more of a viral type toy. That's going to be a kid's toy. It's going to be very easy to manufacture. It's not going to cost a ton of. It's not going to be very many safety liabilities or anything to that sort. So once again, we have this keyword that we found through Jungle Scouts. It's going to show you also the number of results, number of people selling this specific Dragon Squish model toy. So we have 187 results. And for the whiskey smuggler kit we found through Helium 10, we have 578 results. Now, once again, for each tool that you use, you're still going to want to go through the same process that we looked in the beginning, where we found the specific category. We're going to open up the Helium 10 Xray extension, and we're going to look at, once again, the number of reviews relative to how much you're actually making. So for example, the top players in this category have a much lower review count. We had, multiple tens of thousands in the basketball accessories. Now we're looking at, a couple of hundred as the top guys. And we have multiple guys who have 11 reviews making 7,000, 11 reviews making 5,200, 120 reviews making 10,000. So the competition is going to be a lot less, because once again, we found criteria that are going to allow us to compete and not have a ton of big sellers, which is the main thing when you go from just searching on Amazon to searching using the built-in product research tools, whether it's Helium 10 or Jungle Scouts. We can find much more filtered results that find products that are going to be a lot more likely to succeed when we're competing in these markets. And when we're comparing the keywords that Helium 10 gives us versus what Jungle Scouts gives us, there's going to be very little difference. The main thing is that there's going to be a lot more keywords per page for Jungle Scouts. For Helium 10, you're going to go through a couple pages, but essentially what we have is going to be the exact same things. And just to open it, once again, we just click on the view on Amazon for whatever keyword that interests us. And this is essentially how you're going to do product research using Helium 10 or Jungle Scouts, depending on whichever one you find easier and more friendly to use. Now, one thing I will say is that I do find that the accuracy using Helium 10 is going to be slightly more accurate than Jungle Scouts. I found personally for products that I sell, the Helium 10 data is a lot more accurate than the Jungle Scouts data is. Now, once again, it's not a ton off for Jungle Scouts, but Helium 10 is slightly more accurate, and I find their data is slightly more precise. Now, for the whiskey smoker kit, another important thing that we can do is actually figure out exactly how much we're going to make using this product. So we can easily come to the Xray extension once again and figure out exactly how much it's going to cost us to source it by just clicking Find Suppliers on Alibaba. And what Helium 10 is, it will go through Alibaba and give you an average price for what you can expect to pay for this product. Now, we have anywhere from 5 to 13 to 6 to 15 to 5 to 6 to 3, so on and so forth. So we'll just estimate that will cost around $7 to source this product. Now, for the same product, if we were to open up the Jungle Scouts extension and we want to find suppliers on Alibaba, what we want to do is click on the Find Supplier for this product. Now, for this, it's a little bit different. It doesn't give you, a blow up like the Helium 10 and shows you all of the suppliers from Alibaba. It actually takes you to a different page. As you see here, that is going to be a little bit less user friendly. And for this, if you wanted to, let's say we wanted to go with one of these people, which doesn't show us the prices or who this person is, if we click it further, then it takes us to another page that, once again, is not very direct. It doesn't show us what the price is or anything like that. It just shows us who they are. And then it's just a little bit not as user-friendly as Helium 10. Now, if we come to the actual profitability calculator, we can see exactly if this product actually makes sense for us to sell. Now, we have the price of the item. So basically what it does is takes the actual price that we see right here, puts it in, takes the dimensions, the weight, all of that, and it has the manufacturing cost. So the manufacturing cost that they estimate is going to be $8. Now let's just bump it up to $9, just to have a little bit of room, just in case it costs slightly more to manufacture this product. A couple of unexpected costs may come along the way. And it has the fulfillment method, the fulfillment cost, FBA. Once again, Amazon's going to be shipping this product out to our end customer, so it's going to cost money to do that. And now with the actual manufacturing cost, the fulfillment cost, and based on the weight and the dimensions of the product, they have a specific net profit margin that we're going to get from selling this product. Now they estimate that we're going to make $18.53 selling every single unit for this product. Now that's a very, very good profit margin per unit, and profit per unit with the profit margin being 46% per unit we sell. Now that is an extremely good profit margin. Anything above 30% is what I highly recommend, because you want to be having enough profit margin so that you can actually reorder bigger and bigger every time and keep your business growing. So essentially you're ordering, thousands and thousands of units, but once again, you're going to start smaller, but with a profit margin like this, you are going to eventually be able to get to that endpoint. Let's say, for example, for some crazy reason, it costs us $20 to source this. Now, with that being said, we put that in. Now our net profit per unit is going to be $7.53, and our margin percentage is going to be less than 20% at 18.84%. Now that's going to be very, very small, and this would be a product that we want to stay away from, because once again, the profit margin is not there. The profit per unit is okay, but once again, the profit margin, which is more important of a number, is below 30%, and it's going to be very hard to keep your business growing when you can easily find products that are going to have a higher profit margin. So I would just stay away from products that are lower than 30%. And that's why the profitability calculator is so essential to allow us to figure out whether or not we're going to be profitable selling a product. Now, for the Jungle Scouts profit calculator, you actually have to come to junglescout.com/FBA calculator. And if you want to use their free profit calculator, you have to actually enter your full name, your email address, and yes, you are currently selling on Amazon, and then you have to download your FBA profit calculator. Now, this is an extra step that kind of sucks, but yeah, it just makes the process a little bit more tedious for Jungle Scouts. But once again, for Helium 10, their profit calculator was built into their specific, for any page we come to Helium 10, if we click on right here, we have the actual Chrome extension, and now we have the profit calculator. It makes it a lot easier to use, and they already estimate all the prices for you. So for Jungle Scouts, it is going to be an extra step that you need to be aware. You are going to have to do the one-time download, and then from there, it will be easier to use and access. But once again, you do have to download it for Jungle Scouts. Now, another thing that is extremely important is doing keyword research, so that when you actually find a product that's profitable, it actually pops up in front of customers. So when customers put in keywords, that your product shows in front of them. And now we have to do keyword research and target all the high volume, high search keywords, so that we can have our product in front of more and more people all around the world. Now, how do we do this? If we come and take the keyword whiskey smoker kit, now for Black Box and Jungle Scouts, it's slightly different, but once again, I will show both. Now, if we come to Magnet, what we can do is we can actually enter this specific keyword into Magnet and basically have all the related keywords to this keyword to find tons of more keywords. We can do this method, or we can do the method where we take the top 3 to 5 competitors and basically steal their keywords. Now, firstly, I'm going to quickly show Magnet. Now, once again, Magnet is going to give you all the related keywords that people or that all the related keywords that are related to the keyword whiskey smoker kit. Now, once again, what Magnet does is that it shows all the related keywords related to whiskey smoker kit. Now, these may or may not be keywords you put into your listing, but once again, they are related. And so we have the keyword phrase, the number of keyword sales, the Magnet IQ score, search volume trend, and the number of competing products. Now, essentially what you want to do is take low competing product keywords that have lots of searches and put those into your listing. Now, if we compare this to the Keyword Scout, which is going to be the Jungle Scouts keyword searcher tool, what we have are going to be, once again, very similar results. We have, once again, the main keyword, as we can see right here once it loads, the main keyword, the 30-day search volume trend, or the 30-day search volume, how people are searching this word in 30 days, the trend, the category, and how much people are paying for, an exact versus a broad match for this keyword, as well as the relevancy score and the ease to rank from very difficult or very easy. Now, once again, these are going to be keywords that are related to the main keyword. If you want to find actual keywords that people are using who are also selling the whiskey smoker kit, what we can do is use Helium 10's Cerebro tool. So if we come back to this main person, now let's say this for him specifically, what we can do is take his ASIN right here, copy it. If you're using Jungle Scouts, if you're using Helium 10, also what you can just click Command F, type in ASIN, it will take you down to the ASIN for Helium 10. And once again, you want to copy this. And for this specific tool we're going to be using, it's going to be called Cerebro. Now, this is a game changer because you can take your top competitors who you want to compete against and see exactly the keywords that are driving themselves. Now, once again, for Helium 10, it's called Cerebro. For Jungle Scouts, it's slightly different, but once again, they both do the exact same thing. And so we can see all the keywords that are driving sales for this ASIN. For this person right here, we can see all of their keywords that are driving them sales right here because we put it into Cerebro. And now we have their top keywords, how many sales this keyword is driving them, the Cerebro IQ score, the search volume, so on and so forth. It's very, very essential that we use Cerebro and Magnet to find keywords to put into our listings so that once again, when people search for a keyword to search for a cocktail smoker kit, we actually pop up in front of them. For Jungle Scouts, if we come to the keyword scout that we already were in and we enter the ASIN, what it's going to do is basically, once again, do a reverse ASIN lookup, find all the keywords that are on the back end of Amazon and give you all those keywords that they're using to drive sales. Now, Cerebro and Keyword Scout do the exact same thing, which is very essential. For either tool you're using, you want to be using this. Now, this is once again the keyword, the search volume, how much searches you're getting per month, the trend, the category, the exact and the broad mass PPC, and how easy it is to rank. Now, we have a way to find products and we have a way to find keywords to make our product that we found actually pop up in front of customers. And so those are the main two tasks you're going to be using as a beginner or as an expert in Amazon, are going to be finding products and finding keywords to have those products ranked. Now, Helium 10 and Jungle Scouts both offer a lot more tools when it comes to product research, listing optimization, keyword research, marketing, analytics, operations, but those are the two main ones that we're going to be using. But just be aware that those aren't the only tools that they both offer. And for Jungle Scouts, once again, it's going to be, they have different toolboxes, sales estimator, listing grader, product research, suppliers, keywords, marketing tools, sales analytics. It's going to be a lot of tools that they both also offer in addition to product research and keyword research. Also, at any point, if you want to try out Jungle Scouts or Helium 10, I have discount codes that save you 50% off your very first month down below in the description. Now, when it comes to the actual differences in Jungle Scouts versus Helium 10, in my personal opinion, I don't see very much difference. I personally use Helium 10 because I find that it's a little bit more easier to use, and I have been using it for slightly longer. But at the end of the day, if Jungle Scout seems easier for you, or if Helium 10 seems easier for you, then pick the one that seems the most organic for you and the most user-friendly that you will be able to use for the long run. Now, when it comes to doing product research and finding keywords, these tools drastically reduce the time it takes to find keywords and products, which is going to be very, very beneficial. Time is money nowadays. Now, all of us, myself included, do not have the best time management, but when it comes to doing product research and when I put time towards doing Amazon research, finding products and keywords, I want to get the most out of my time. Using tools such as Jungle Scouts or Helium 10, we could have easily saved tens of hours every single week and had a much smoother time doing product research in the first place, and had those hours that we could have put towards other parts in the FBA business model or just other income boosting tasks in general. Now, let me know in the comment section which tool you personally use. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.